Gentlemen, what do you feel 3D adds to the Blu-ray experience of G.I. Joe?
Well, you know, we spent a lot of time figuring 3D into the action of this movie, trying to make it an emotional thing. It's just as important as lighting and depth, and we spent months and months getting it all ready for our movie. So for this, to experience it at home, we specially did it for the Blu-ray so that you could have the best experience at home in your couch and feel immersed in the G.I. Joe world. You know, growing up with G.I. Joe, playing with our toys, the whole point of it was to feel like you were there with them. You were next to Roadblock and Snake Eyes and fighting alongside them. This time you get to be in, you can have your popcorn in your own house and be next to Bruce Willis, The Rock, and Snake Eyes.
So what does 3D do for the martial arts in this film? Ray, what was it like?
Yeah, I actually saw it in 3D and it was great, you know, and especially the mountain sequence, and I loved it. You know, there was a couple of moments in the cinema where I sort of moved out of the way because a couple of things came towards me and I was like, oh yeah, right, that's right. It got me.
So Ray, what's so cool about Snake Eyes?
You know, it was cool about Snake Eyes that I get to relive my childhood.
Oh, really?
And get to sort of get to actually step in and play him, and sort of tap into things that I used to do as a kid, and like my wish list of things to do. I always wanted to be a ninja, you know. And Snake Eyes is cool. He's him and Storm Shadow are like the two best ninjas, and he's wearing the good guys always wear black.
Yep.
You know, and you don't get to see who Snake Eyes is. You know, he's mysterious, but he's a man you can count on.
Okay. Well, Mr. Chu, how would you like to push 3D in the next film?
You know, 3D is like another color in your palette. You know, we get to figure it out just in the same way that we figure out camera position. It comes from not just what's in my head, but also the environment that we're shooting in, what we're trying to say in that environment, the actors that come in, and that we can complement how they move to communicate emotion. So if he comes in and he has a little bounce to his step, the camera in 3D can actually either disrupt that and make it not feel so heavy and weighty, or it can actually enhance that and make you feel what the actor. So I'm constantly trying to figure out what is the actor trying to communicate by that bounce. Okay, he's giving some energy. Okay, the 3D can actually push it further to actually help that energy.
So the advances in technology and CGI, they're impacting you very positively.
Oh, you know, 3D is not for every movie, but for our movie, it fits perfectly. It's just, again, like another tool that you get to carve your sculpture out of, and when we all agree on understanding what it is, especially now we get to watch a lot of 3D movies, see things that work and see things that don't work, we get to figure out what works best in the language of 3D for our movie.
Now, do you both have a favorite memory from filming G.I. Joe Retaliation that you could share with us?
Every day was the best, you know, because I'm here, I'm working with Jon and Elodie, Dwayne Johnson, Bruce Willis. I'm being Snake Eyes again. You know, we were at NASA, you know, we were filming there, and it was just, I just loved everything about it.
I think for me it was, you know, when we showed the movie the opening weekend, and we went to the theater and you just saw crowds and crowds of people dressed up as ninjas or as Roadblock, and they're cheering when the heroes are on, booing when Cobra Commander's on. That's the reason I made movies, you know, going to the theater with friends, families, dates. You saw all walks of life coming to enjoy this great thing, and then after you saw the little kids with their toys in the lobby playing, and that's where it all started for me, and to spread that tradition on has been a really pleasure and honor to be part of.
Now, speaking of toys, what's it like to see Comic-Con has G.I. Joe exclusive figures? What's that like? Especially there's a Snake Eyes figure. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's, you know, over the years with Darth Maul and Star Wars, it's sort of because I'm covered up and it's different, I don't really see it as me, but with Snake Eyes, now I get to play with these toys again, and I get to put them into cool poses. So I'm showing my son how to put your toys into a cool pose.
Cool.
You know?
You're the expert of the cool pose for Snake Eyes, like not many people know all the actual points.
Now, do you think it'd be, in the future, we could see a G.I. Joe video game coming out? You think that would be in the cards?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, last time it was hard because we were on such a tight schedule, and we didn't have time to do a good one. You know, we always want, if we're going to do it, we want to do it well. So I know that we've always wanted to play more with that, so we'll see in the future.
Just generally, do you have any favorite video game memories you could share with us from the past?
I don't play a lot of video games, but when I was really into playing Tekken and Soul Calibur.
Really?
Soul Edge. They were the two things. They sort of inspired me a little bit when I was filming Phantom Menace, because we were really, the assistant stunt coordinator, we were both, you know, watching how people get knocked out and do their finishing move. So we would reenact that on set.
Really?
So during our rehearsal, we would reenact the characters, and you know, we had a lot of time to do that.